Well, good day, everyone. Today is the July the 27th, and I've been having some real problems uploading videos. I have tried 8 times to upload a particular video from the horseback ride, and can't seem to get it to go. Couldn't tell you exactly why. But anyway, some cool views there. I'll keep trying. But yesterday we started getting some videos uploaded, and I think it's maybe possibly due to the fact that we have been in areas where there's just not much cell service. So I want to just give you an overview of Nebraska. Um, the first town that we went through in Nebraska was pretty cool. It's right up in the northwest corner, and it's called Harrison. Now, Harrison has a population of 251. Not too many people, but the cool thing about Harrison, think about driving down a public street or a downtown of a small the main street of some small town. Except for instead of going through town, you're going through the edge of town, which is not much of an edge with 250 people. Harrison has 4 exits. Four, count them, 4 exits. It's kind of a joke around here because I mentioned it to a couple of people, but basically you slow down to 45 miles an hour and you could turn on that street, that street, that street, or that street. 4 exits for a town of 251 people. Anyway, we didn't go through Harrison because, like I said, it kind of skirted the town. The next thing that we kind of came across is the Fort Robinson, which I mentioned. I sent a video on that. We would have liked to spend more time there. That we didn't really even think about till we hit it, drove through it, and it was cool. And then we stayed the weekend in Chadron. And in Chadron, there's a couple things that I would mention. One is the wind never quits blowing. I'm telling you, it blew 24/7. And my flag that I hang out on the front of my fifth wheel, or our fifth wheel, was practically straight out almost the whole time we were there. We got there Saturday afternoon and left Monday morning. The wind was a little less on Monday morning, but the people that I ask in town, it's like, oh yeah, the wind blows here all the time. It's just the way it is. Anyway, we went to a church called, I think it was called Ridge Line or Ridge View or something like that. Great church, great church. Lots of friendly people. Where they made us feel at home real quick, and it's good, real good. And then we went to the Fur Traders Museum. That will have a post here coming up soon. That was really cool. And I hesitated buying fuel in Chadron because it was $3.55, and I asked a guy that was next to us who was parked there. I said, "You're from Nebraska. Does the price go down? Because that's pretty high." He said, "Oh, you're going to pay the same price everywhere." Well, we're in Atkinson now. We got here last night, and it's $3.19. Ouch. Oh well, 80 gallons at 35 cents or whatever would be. I don't know. I could do the math, but my brain's anyway. That's a lot of extra money. But anyway, so it is. I got plenty of fuel to make it all the way to my sister's place in Dubuque, Iowa. Truck holds about 130 gallons of fuel, even at 10 miles a gallon, and we bucked wind yesterday all day long. But another thing that's cool about Nebraska is absolutely beautiful. The north portion of Nebraska is really pretty. Rolling hills, lots of cows. Didn't see any wildlife yesterday. It was kind of odd. No, we've seen lots of antelope and deer and everything else. Never saw one yesterday. And Rachel's really good about picking those out, but didn't see a single thing. But windmills. Now, I grew up in New Mexico where windmills are around. And the windmills here in northern Nebraska, I would say that the majority of them were being used. It was really cool. If you know anything about a windmill, basically the wind rotates the fan runs a shaft up and down, and it draws water out of the ground and pumps it into a tank, and all the locals, the cows, whoever else is around, horses, whatever, they all drink from that tank. So lots of windmills, and I think later today, we're going to go by a place that has restored a bunch of windmills, and if so, we'll stop there and check it out. That's towards the eastern portion of Nebraska, just before we get to Sioux City, Iowa. In any case, the windmills were cool. The other thing that we did yesterday was we went to a little town called O'Neill. and that is Rachel's maiden name, and it's actually spelled like her maiden name was, O-N-E-I-L-L. Often it's spelled with one L, but it was spelled with two L's, so we had to go down to O'Neill and take pictures and check it out. Another little town. I don't think yesterday that we hit a town all the way through Nebraska, or since we've been in Nebraska, that had more than maybe 2,500, 3,000 people in it. We stopped in Valentine, and you'll see a video from Valentine, and I think that was one of the bigger cities, and I think the guy that we stopped and talked to had said it was about 2,400 people or something like that. Good people. I tell you, you want to see the United States and see it from a totally different perspective, take Highway 20. Because you see the locals, you see a lot more stuff than you do if you're buzzing down the freeway at 75 miles an hour, or 80 miles an hour, whatever, and stopping at McDonald's to use the bathroom and get a burger and fries. The Highway 20 has been everything we'd hoped for. Long stretches of road that you can just see for miles. Yesterday I mentioned to Rachel, I don't know how many times, I haven't seen a car for quite a while. I think since we've been in Nebraska, realistically, I'll bet, I'm doing 65, the speed limit's 65 on 20 here. I'll bet realistically we have not been passed by more than 10 cars. 10 cars. And I've passed one farm truck. That's it. And he was poking along. It was an old International that barely get to 45 miles an hour. There's just not a lot of people out here. And it's just great. You just drive along. It's very relaxing. At 65 miles an hour, you're making a pretty good clip. So anyway, it's pretty cool. One more thing I wanted to mention about Nebraska is people wave at you. What's up with that? You're driving down this 2-lane road and some farmer goes by and gives you the old, hey, how you doing today? It's like, whoa! It's weird, but it's cool. And I just love the fact that people, it's like, how you doing? It's just they're going 65 miles an hour going that way, and you're going 65 miles an hour going that way, but they give you a wave. And it's just, I love the back roads of the United States. And this trip so far has been everything that I had hoped for in that. And we continue to travel. We're going to Correctionville, Iowa today, and to a state park. And then tomorrow we will be in Newton, Iowa, and see my good friend Mark Wiemers, who I have not seen since the late 70s. And we're very much looking forward to that. So thank you for tuning in. This is my longest video so far, so have a good day.